To the House of Commons for a second reading. Something tells me the saga is going to continue. Make sure you like, share, comment, question. Feedback is always appreciated, and we do enjoy good heckling. Good morning, Matthew, Charles, Manny, Level 2, Artemio, Jay, and Dante. Good morning. Why don't we take a look at these charts, see what we're seeing here? We'll try and put things in a little bit of context. Hey, look at the pop that just happened in the crude oil. Wow, that just happened. We have the market kind of coiling here. The overnight low, very close to weekly kickoff low. The fact that there were these weekly kind of coiling here, the overnight low, very close to weekly kickoff. Some sort of change in the coming days. The fact that there were these weekly kind of coiling here, a couple of weeks, but we just got a nice pop here. We've got last night's check of weekly kickoff low, kind of close to this trend line. We've got our other trend line that we seem to be rapidly approaching. That's part of our coiling that's been going on since about the end of September. So we've got some changes possibly coming here. Short time frame control still, as we are in a kind of a longer term range. Open interest and volume yesterday indicated a kind of an inventory balancing yesterday. The initial bulletin says we lost about 5,000 in open interest yesterday on a day with really no real direction. There was inventory balancing, and kind of brings the possibility for traders to need to get back into this market or want to get back into this market, and it looks like we've got a pretty decent change in direction already this morning. Here we're taking a look. We had a gap to the upside. We had a gap higher. Initially, our opening range was the high of the session, which has now fallen. It was 54.09. I like to put that on my chart because it sometimes becomes pivotal and offers opportunities as the day goes on. Obviously, the opportunity to the downside was pretty small. If you were able to get back into this move to the upside, then that's a good thing. We're looking for possible repair. Yesterday morning, if you remember, we were looking at this point of control and this point of control as possible repair for yesterday. We've blasted through that. Our next level in short time frame to look at an opportunity would be this value high from Friday, 54.50 approximately. Aside from that, we've got 55.20 being the weekly kickoff high, which we may target at some point today. We've been expecting a change in this market. We are rapidly approaching the level that I believe that possible change may be coming. The E-mini S&Ps close above weekly kickoff high. Finally, we get a close above that 3,000 level. Open interest indicates new buying coming into the marketplace yesterday. Initial preliminary numbers are an addition of 12,000 additional contracts to the S&Ps on a day that we kind of broke out to the upside. Our next move, our next stop might be this 30-20 level here. That's part of this trend line here, coming off our all-time highs and then our recent highs. This might be an interesting level for us. It continues to be a market that we've been talking about for a long time as a buy weakness type of market. We believe that, or at least I believe that, barring any bad news, this market is going to continue to grind to the upside. So I'm still looking at it as a buy weakness type of situation. Take a quick look here at the 30-minute chart here. Okay, yesterday we opened no real gap, tested the value high from Friday and then ground higher all day long. All day long we ground higher, closed near the highs. We had some mixed inventory from overnight. We got a little too long, got a little too short. This is the regular trading hours coming up here very shortly in approximately 8 minutes. We're going to be opening with a gap. Maybe a little bit long in short time frame, but if we could open this gap and we can't close that gap relatively early, we're going to look for continuation to the upside. We talk about that all the time, the gap rules. If we can't close the gap, again, relatively early, a subjective term, then we're going to be looking to trade in the direction of the gap, which would have us looking for longs. Always keeping our eye out for opportunities to buy weakness in this market until some sort of structure breaks. We're putting in higher lows. We're putting in higher highs over time. I would say that the structure is still good. Taking a look at our volume yesterday, not that great, not very good volume for a breakout type of day. So the only indication that makes me believe that this market is more primed to continue to the upside is that increase in open interest. So watch the open, watch the opening range. Sometimes that can be a good indicator of buyer or seller control right off the open. If we do find sellers up here, they may be short time frame longs, getting a little bit nervous, maybe taking the market back down to settlement. And when we take a look at where settlement is here, 1306.50, we've got a pretty target rich environment here. We've got settlement, we've got value high from yesterday, we have point of control from yesterday, all right in that neighborhood. Look at how this market kind of found support there just below settlement early before the session today, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. This area looked like it became a little bit supportive. If given the opportunity, it may be supportive again. There's a lot of confluence in that level. Gold. Gold continues to be in short time frame control. This chart looks like it's getting a little bit crowded, but we're still seeing lower highs. We're still seeing higher lows. This market is continuing to coil, looking for bigger opportunities as time goes on. We've still got 15.02 even as the weekly kickoff high. We're trading right at a previous weekly kickoff level at 1490. That's going to be somewhat pivotal for me today. Let's see here. The 200 session moving average on this 30-minute chart has really been somewhat repellent over time. We were looking at it last week. I've left it on this chart. Look at the overnight last night. We got up to that 200 session moving average and we fell off. We got a little bit long perhaps in short time frame. We've adjusted inventory. Our opening range remains the high of the session, at least for now. That 1490.60 opening range high, or excuse me, yeah, the opening range high being tested, but still it doesn't look as though it has been penetrated. So I know it's a double top, so we're going to have to watch and see. The thing is, when we do have that opening range opening inside range and value from the previous session, it tends to be a little bit less powerful. So make sure you are limiting your risk on any of these moves you're making around this opening range, because as we know, when the market opens inside of the previous day's area of value, quite often better opportunities come as the day goes on. So I'm going to try and stay patient in this market. Watch that opening range high, 1490.60. And our euro. Brexit doubts causing a little bit of a pause in the upside momentum here, to be expected. Volume and open interest indicate traders kind of holding yesterday, not adding or removing positions in our kind of slower day yesterday. Volume lower. We did have a 3,000 contract increase in open interest. So there's still eyes looking at it up here, but I think some of the Brexit news has this upside move on hold for now. I would call this an upside consolidation, perhaps. This may actually end up turning out to be a bull flag. Only time will tell that, and we're going to probably be setting a trend line across the top of it, because the break of that trend line might indicate that it is indeed going to prove to be a bull flag, and we'll look for continuation to the upside. As far as today is concerned, again, our opening range in the euro also happens to be the high of the regular trading hour session. That opening range high is 111.77 has not yet truly been tested, but looks like we've found a little bit of buyers down here, as we probably are holding some short time frame shorts from this move to the downside last night. If they're not going to continue to get paid, if they're not going to get help from U.S. regular trading hour traders selling into this market and continuing price in their direction, they're going to get nervous and they're going to pull out and move this market back towards settlement. We see it happen all the time. That's why we put settlement on our charts. Settlement in the euro today, 111.88 even. Watch that opening range. It still remains the high of the regular trading hour session, indicating possible seller control. Have they fallen off? It's quite possible. I'll be looking for those opportunities today. All right, so this is a pretty slow week as far as economic indicators and economic releases are concerned. You know, today we've got, let me get this on the right week. Yeah, today we've got existing home sales. We've got the EIA petroleum status report tomorrow for our crude traders. Don't forget the API is due out today at 3:30 p.m. Central. Durable goods orders, jobless claims just as usual on Thursday, and new home sales on Thursday. But other than that, there's really not a lot of more powerful economic indicators throughout this week. So really the focus is going to be on trade, earnings, Brexit. Let's take our deep breath. Stay humble, grateful, and creative in your trading today. Thanks for joining me as usual. We'll be looking forward to seeing you back here at 2 o'clock for the market recap. By the way, I apologize for not being here for you yesterday. I know you were in great hands with the younger, smarter, better looking Dan Hodgman. We will look forward to seeing you then. Trade well, get out there and profit, and we'll see you at 2 o'clock for the recap.
Hey guys, morning. I'm gonna open in 1 minute. Alright, so we're looking at a couple setups. We pulled a trade last night, so subsequent a minus 3 points there. Pull some of my list labels and stuff off. Alright, so how we just prepare for high level overnight. Alright, let's go to what we're looking at this morning early. So we're looking at a buy here early this morning, 2 contracts. I see some positive moves in the market. Didn't make up in time to get a 3 a.m. trade, which is all well and good. Went to sleep pretty late last night. Already had our morning meeting internally. Value area from yesterday, point of control. This is why I shortened my stops when I realized that was it, and we had trade results coming out from earnings. So I pulled my stops way short at 3 points. They got knocked out at 11. Market drifted up, came down. They get 3 a.m. Found support on the structure. Pop back up to the higher side on news wise. Don't have that much coming out today. Brexit stuff. This might be something positive for the market. China quota. What the calendar says today. Nothing. It is nothing for us to go through. So, alright. So looked at value from yesterday. Active value 155,000, 130,000 on volume. Not that bad. Look into the monthly upside, you can see a lot more trading and volume popping off on the high side rather than the low side. Value low, so that is where we're looking to actually get into the market. this morning. So how we have our trade setup is like this. So close off that. Right. I have already this sitting outside here. So we're looking at the SOC. I'm gonna label why we entering the trade. I'm doing this live. Have one single sitting from the outside here from overnight. Watching to see if the pop was there. That is normally will show you that this is the actual trade. Always use the max stop. TP1 at 6 points. Remember, if you're trading micros, right? So if you do get the reversion to the downside, we back at the set, which was the SOC, which is 6.5. Is your SOC looking to be a little bit aggressive with a longer stop, so that is the initial 1-to-1. I can pull this off, so we'll just see it clearly. The market is now open, so we have the second contract running like this with a 15-minute chart. So I'm showing it on a 15-minute chart before. So oops. I'm going for 10. 12 tick win. 12 points, sorry. 6 points. Right. So we're looking for a pullback to right here. Node, volume pop, turn, find structure, push to the upside is the expectation. What we have in this area, we label this area, you would see this. Move it back in a while. You would see value area high, value area high. POC. This is how you create your band. Can't say stock soon. If Dante online, he would understand why. Right, so let's go for the overview. Let's see if we get locked in a buy trade today. So we're looking to get 6 points, which is the requirement, 16 points on 2 contracts, which is requirement. So let's go to 1 hour chart. Right, so you can see we almost here testing the all-time highs. You will see where the deviation, that is a calculated deviation, so have it fallen right there. Why we're looking to enter a little bit closer is right here we have more touches right here. So 23 is the entry on the sell side. Basic stuff. Looking for the equal measure move from the last impulse and pull back. So you see last impulse on the 1 hour chart. So equal measured move. So now it's right there. We have a lot of stuff stacking right there. As targets wouldn't be entering that trade now. Let the market do what it wants. So we're looking at 7s and 8s. I have one at 8, one at 6. We are even out at 7. Well, that is how one of my guys trading it. He trade lagging and she's singles and 7 stuff. So let's go down to our 5-minute chart, label out our stuff. Most are the guys who is actually to have this bullish side, looking for the bullish move today. So we have 2 contracts on our buy. So as a day trade, I allow to change the mind a lot. 99, this is protection above that. 6 points, 7 and 6 is 13 tests. And then 12 points is 12 and 7 is 19. Yep. So more or less this is our active trade setup right now. We have one sitting on the outside here, 23, 24 as we long targets. If we do break the downside, we want to see if this level holds. We look for extension and move back down to POC, but we're pretty confident on this buy side trade, which we're looking at around 10 to 10.15 as an entry. But expectation is support, as you can see by this is how you plan a trade. Execute the plan. Don't be trigger happy or buying or selling. And you can see the upward moves in the point of control over the past week or so. That's good. Looking at running single entry, 2 exits, manage in and out a trade. So yesterday was make sure the stream is actually up and running.
The overnight low.
Make sure the stream is actually up and running. Yeah, it's 55. So already want to know. This is more for recording purposes for my side actually, to make sure that we following rules that we set out for ourselves. Shit, I'm meeting this morning. I don't want to buy. He's trading a single on crude, friend of a friend. He just actually coming to a couple of planning meetings and stuff. He bought some oil last night of the API number. Where is my stuff? What the hell did I type? Oilprice.com. We had a bullish stuff from somewhere in news he was talking about tonight is entries. I'll probably just pull up oil. He probably in and out already on that particular oil trade. He got in 53, 40 or something like that. Break to the upside, come back down, push off of guess there. Right there. That's a high volume node on the trade. Maybe wait till we break out. And shoot. Pretty good guy. Loves his way. For some reason my quotes are giving trouble this morning on this chart and this stuff. For what reason we don't know. I don't know if it goes over. Watching what the premium is on the market, where the S&P trading at almost the same exact thing. I think we have Tesla news coming out tomorrow. See what Tesla doing. I'm looking for our next entry on Tesla. That's my personal stuff that I hold in. Waiting for the market to beat up on them a little bit. I have a couple of buy and holds already inside since 87 or something like that. Then I got some 225s and 215s. So my expectation in the market is for them to do is I am looking for an entry at 45s. I'm looking for that entry in the 45, 46. I have a couple of lagging on that. I just for the market to beat up on them a little bit. Just a little bit, not too much. Now, what she just doesn't understand what this is, in my opinion. Everybody allowed to have an opinion. There's your 50s right, 49, 50s right here. This is where my entry is right here. So, stick with that what you want from Arena Salt. If you know where to place the stops, it'll be good. I have pretty big stops on that particular trade. Built a lot of capital off it already, so when I buy stocks, I have a 5-year forward outlook on it, more or less treat stocks as an investment tool. And trade futures on the daily basis. Always try to keep your portfolio balanced. I have a couple local bonds that I own. Actually got a good deal on some local bonds last year. 5-year bonds at 5%. Not bad. So holding a couple of those. Alright. Got the bounce already. Puff. I think I probably too late on it. Didn't quite get onto the area yet. Might have to sit down and hold my hands here for the S&P, which isn't the issue. Once you can see a quick reversion like that, the likelihood is two things just happen. Using a flush, get flush back down, or just break to the upside. Here on the pivot point, so it is what it is. What was the low of the day? 8.5. Didn't quite get a fill on that. Looking for an active node. See how we can lean on the market a bit if we need to lean. Oh, I have the pop-out chat available if anybody online. Yeah, may ask me anything. Got some delayed data, blah blah blah. Those guys actually have my computer, my trading computer today. Actually renting it to go home last night. You can see shape file, whatever. Shape file profile from yesterday. Got P shape profile, P shape profile. Which is bullish. See what the volume looks like now. Nothing much to see. See if you get that test in. The gamers who get flushed today. So if you're doing the if then scenario, so if we get filled, we don't get flushed, roll and we stops right behind this point, which should give us 6 or 7 points full of point each of one of our contracts. If we see the market settle off, move to the upside, roll one if you want, until you probably get your first exit and then roll to just under here, which was your SOC. Right there, you can see where the pop off. What are you doing here, you stupid? Contemplating if they're running a lean on the market. Looking at the price action, we'll make up your mind by 10 a.m. if we need to lean or not, which will be an entry of 8. So you can see the FTSE is up on the numbers from on the pound. The VIX pretty low. Could go down to 12 in our opinion. So you want to make sure that we monitor everything and what the crude is doing. Crude might actually provide you with a reasonable opportunity at around 10:50 and 10 to 11:30 if you do get the pullback. Look for buying opportunity on the London close on crude. Might look at that today. Might as you would use. Market is pretty locked. That will be good. So on the 5-minute chart, which is our times. That was market open, that is London close at 11:35. Which is the actual close at 4:15. So we can see we don't have the opening impulse up. We don't have our opening test to close the gap. We in lock mode. Opening ranges is possible to take that trade off the 08, 09 area. So it's all about waiting and watching. Can't be angry if you miss the move. You also want to take that amount of risk. Actually, it's Tuesday, more volume. There should be more volume. Let's see how much risk we could. Where is our entry point maximum risk? So the low is 01. 8 points would be 09. We go 09, 07, we'll give ourselves a 8 average entry. Which is not optimal for the trade. Right. So this is just a trade idea for you guys. If you want to be bullish in the market, this we have one of the guys who's actually trading like this. Pretty good at running small caps. Now it stops right below 4s and 361 might be looking at this structure this morning also, so don't think he in that trade. That was part of the trade plan, so don't actually know if he executed, but at home, so I might get a phone pulling away. So nothing much today, so opening trade not available. There's a look. What are we doing? So right. how to treat this. Alright, we'll be aggressive. Enter one contract at 9. Sorry, 9. Only test of the open. See where your stops roll to, right below there. So any test of 09 and 07, so we are averaging at 08 entry. If it will get outfilled, manage the trades properly. So the 09 entry is for the longer entry to the upside, looking for the impulse move to the upside. It is 3 minutes. Then I'm looking for the entry. Push this on. Open up this for on my sheet. Move it like this. Cancel that. So we had the 1 at 07. Doing that. Use my trailer and stop on the second one. Pretty aggressive entry. I use a feed with that right. Right. So we got trade set up in this particular way. Maybe we can just range here. So we trade in the longer trade. Hard stop the second trade, looking for V6 for 1. Use a 1-to-1 on this stop. May have missed the boat, but whatever. Get the impulse down. It is now 10 AM. Exactly where we started. So now we use this is where you call a lagging entry, proper stops. We have 8 risk on 1, 6 risk on 8, 6 and 8 is 14 points of risk. Multiple on a lagging entry, one is a trailing stop, one is a hard stop. So I need to prove it again. So heavy entries for today. Boom, 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 boom. When we have our sell sitting right here at 24 entries, I have my one. Need to check and see. I think it is 23s, 24. Can't remember. I need to check my charts. Charts from well, my actual trading system is on next computer. So low note 1 on my trading computer is next one. That is not such a hot one. You wanna loan out is better computer. So visible is a pretty happy guy now. You need to see a clean break at this area. this right here, this height. As I know you don't want to be caught up in too much. So that's where the aggressive entry, opening range test, see if it has support. Like the opening range test right there, then this was bigger depth to retest the bigger the more or less locked in range before we buy. And if we do get flushed, we need to use back here as protection or we stop, meaning that the trade will be failing trade in our opinion at least. So I go gonna play some video games this morning. Hope you guys have fun. I'll probably post some updates on trade management on the stream video, so if you have your notifications up. Don't think I might post it on the top step comment section too. Might, most likely I might just post it on comment section for this live stream. Okay guys, quiet morning so far. See you. Yeah, look for, if you do see an opportunity, look for that trade on the London close on the oil. Hey guys, see you guys later. Suppose probably around 3:30 to 4 p.m. Hey guys, bye.